This episode of the Red Bull Rant is brought to you by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can support us for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to send a special shout-out to our patrons who support us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level reward. Thank you to Jeremiah Dempster, William Martin, Clayton John, and Christopher Admack. Now, on to the show.
This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. If you aren't expecting adult language, why even bother listening?
Welcome, my friends, to the show Never Ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Iapicco.
I'm Pat McDonald.
I'm Truman, and this is episode 338, Outbreak.
It's almost like somebody planned that movie to be relevant at some point.
Yeah. Well, I think we're broken for the theme for that one, but whatever.
Yeah.
But we have to.
Yeah. All right, so obviously there's big news to talk about. We're going to get to that in a minute, but kind of quickly, you're going to go through the RSL match because it did actually happen, so might as well talk about it. Red Bulls on the road for the first home game in 2020, maybe their last, we don't know. 1-1 draw at Real Salt Lake. We did have two tweets. Truman, do you have that ready or do you want me to do it?
Nope. Got nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, Truman's still wearing a sweater.
Yeah.
True. He's still dressed for work.
Terrible.
Okay, let's see. So I got to scroll back, unfortunately. Here we go. Wayne Harrison at W Harrison 83. Lucky, very, crosses into the box, calls chaos all day long. Marking was non-existent. And Lennon at AC Milan is Emperor. We should have lost 4-1 easily.
Yeah.
And that was it, just those two tweets. So, real quick, we're going to go through this. Like and dislike. Truman, since you weren't here last, you go first. What did you dislike about this match?
I don't know, giving up a goal in the waning moments of a match. That kind of sucked. Especially after the assault that they undertook. Getting saved by VAR. All the opportunities where RSL definitely should have scored. You thought maybe, just maybe, they're going to get away with a win. And I don't know. It was building up all night for RSL, and they just gave up another, right? Like they said on Twitter, just unmarked, just kills you, just really, really kills, takes the air out of the whole game there.
Yeah, I mean, my dislike, again, I think it has to do with, Armis Ball. I forget who I read it, or if it was American Soccer Now, if it was Matt Doyle, or whoever it was. But when the Red Bulls don't press, and whoever wrote it acknowledged that you cannot press every game for an entire season. But when the Red Bulls don't press, they just have no ideas, and they can't seem to force a turnover, anything like that. Defensively, they're lopsided. I agree with the person who tweeted saying this should have been 4-1. Absolutely the case. They're very lucky to get out of there with a point. But, I mean, more of a performances like this, then you're really in trouble with this season. Well, whenever the season returns, and we'll get to that, obviously. So that's my worry, is that Chris Armas has been trying to shift this team away from the press, but it seems like when he does, they look absolutely awful.
Yeah, I'll just echo that. I mean, the one goal was maybe like half of what this team should be, but it's clear if you're not putting constant pressure on at this point. And like I said last week, you don't have to be 100% constant pressure. You could be at like 75% effort. But if you're not putting pressure on the ball, this team doesn't know what it's doing. And that's exactly what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for Jensen, Davis, and I don't remember if there's anybody else, but a few guys that just make those literally clearing the line saves, this would have been a very, very much worse game for the Red Bulls.
Yep.
All right. Like for the game, Pat, you go first. What was your like?
I might as well give it to Caceres. I mean, come on. The one positive about this season is that it does seem like Caceres, who last year took some steps, he might be doing the same thing this year. Granted, I think he was, culpable on a goal or two last week, but, it's nice to see a young kid progress. I mean, obviously, that's really all we have to look forward to with this team is seeing our young kids progress, and Caceres is the one who is at least showing some promise at the moment.
I'll double down with you on that, but I'm just going to mention, I think we talked about this too. When you looked at the aerial views of that stadium and you saw those mounds in the background, maybe want to go there for a game.
Yep, 100%. Those aerial views were phenomenal.
My leg, I'm going to give it to David Jensen. Yeah, we gave up that goal at the end of the game, but that dude stepped up big in this one. He kept us in that game. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have even had a draw. So the new keeper coming in and doing what he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Afterthoughts, anything else, or we just want to blow through this?
Lucky to escape. Honestly, like everyone said, they were very lucky. They definitely, absolutely should have lost this game the way they played.
I guess mine is you got a month off. Use the train like a motherfucker and maybe find another player.
It's funny. I just saw a Twitter or a tweet. Will Chris Armas develop a strategy besides score and sit back over this extended break?
Well, he didn't over the winter, so we'll see what he can do over the coronavirus break.
Yeah. All right. Quick note: Red Bulls 2 did have their first game of the year. They lost 1-0 to Tampa Bay. Prediction contest. Pat's actually in first place with 4 points because he predicted a 1-1 draw last week.
You're goddamn right I did.
And Anthony Cafera is actually in first place in our score prediction contest because he came in and got the 1-1 draw exactly right also.
What did you call him?
I don't know how to say his last name.
What did you call my friend?
Anthony Grafarius?
I bet you he's actually going to yell at me, but I'm pretty sure it's Jeffra.
Okay. Well, he's not my friend, so if I screw his name...
He's not my friend.
To be fair, I think you're the only host he has not met yet.
That is true.
Yeah.
But he's the only one that got it right, and that means he is now in the lead for however long. We don't know when that's going to end. All right. So the big thing, obviously, the coronavirus, COVID-19, has been spreading around this globe. It is now a global pandemic, according to the World Health Organization. It's basically shutting everything down. No MLS, no USL, no Open Cup. Pretty much all soccer suspended. I think I saw Grant Wall just now post that basically Mexico and Turkey are right now the only ones that haven't stopped playing.
Oh, it's Turkey's then. Okay. All right.
You see the Champions League, both the abroad and local are done for now. Non-soccer, pretty much every league in existence is shut down.
I thought I heard Australian rules football and UFC are the two things that you can watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, NASCAR.
Oh, forgot about NASCAR.
No, I think they canceled. I think NASCAR
they did?
just canceled. Yeah.
I thought they were going to just be without any fans.
I think they just canceled. I think I saw it earlier today, yeah.
Yep. 7 hours ago, NASCAR and IndyCar canceled upcoming races.
Jesus.
Now, here's the thing, people. We usually, all three of us, put sports on in the background when we watch this. We don't put the sound on or anything like this. Absolutely none of us know what the fuck to watch right now. I have a 30 on. I don't know what it is, but it's a 30 for 30.
Honestly, I have SmackDown only because Truman mentioned that they were showing something from the pay-per-view. I was curious what was going on.
I have an idea. I thought about this on the way home, guys. I have an idea what we should all be able to watch for the next month.
Ooh.
All the leagues, all the major U.S. sports leagues should get together and just create one giant E-League. And they just air that on ESPN of all the different sports.
Actually, not the worst idea.
No, actually, there's something I read today. There was something that one of the teams was going to do something. I can't remember which one. But one of the NBA teams was going to use the NBA 2K to simulate the rest of their year.
But I don't want simulations. I want to see LeBron playing Aaron Rodgers in NHL 2020. That's what I want.
You want two people from not the sport playing in that. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm. Someone give Truman money.
I would
idea.
A heartbeat.
Listen, everybody who listens to this show, retweet this show because this is the brilliant fucking idea. Like nobody has to leave their house. This is the greatest idea I've ever heard. People from different sports playing in a video game that is not the sport they're in.
And that's my big rule is they can't play that particular sport that they are actually involved in.
Yeah, so like Joseph Martinez versus Ovechkin in NBA 2K.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom. Brilliant.
But yeah, so the Phoenix Suns are going to play out the rest of their season using NBA 2K. That's their plan.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, NBA will come back. I'd be very shocked if they cancel everything. I mean, what really sucks is the NCAA tournament. That's what sucks.
And you know what really sucks about it? You know what the worst part is, right? The worst part.
Oh, so many. But I think I know what you're going to say, and I agree. But there's so many more too.
Well, I was going to say Seton Hall and Rutgers, two New Jersey teams. I mean, it kills me.
Monmouth had a chance to get in. I think St. Peter's had a chance to get in. It could have been a very Jersey tournament.
Yep.
And I mean, Rutgers in particular, that sucks. It's been 20 years. Seton Hall would have been a 3 seed. It sucks. It sucks so much. I mean, I am happy. I mean, I don't know. I think I've heard it through people. I don't know if it's official, but that seniors are going to have a chance to come back. Granted, like, Seton Hall star Miles Powell, I don't know if he'll be one of them. Like, he's probably good enough to get in the NBA, if not be a star. But yeah, it just sucks. Not having sports sucks. I get it, but it sucks.
I mean, what do we do? I don't like. I can't imagine what's ESPN going to show? Darts? Like what the hell are they going to do?
Hey, I don't know. Is darts canceled?
Maybe darts might have been canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, ESPN turned sports into a 24/7 thing. I'm sure they could think of something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's brutal. I mean, baseball delayed is killing me.
Yeah.
They ended the XFL season.
No, that's the worst. I was about to go
No
to the game on Saturday.
XFL.
I know the Guardians were just getting their stride back.
Yep.
Yeah. I was supposed to go. I was supposed to watch mediocre football this Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough at least a month.
I think it's going to be much longer than that, honestly.
I'm optimistic. I'm going to say 2 weeks. 2 weeks, everything gets reassessed. I'm not going to say everything comes back in 2 weeks, but I'm hoping that these really extreme measures, kind of stem the tide of this thing. I got to admit, we had a private chat a couple of days ago, and I was not quite on the side of shutting everything down. But especially, I think today would have been the day that would have pushed me over because I think diagnosis is kind of doubled in many areas. I know they nearly doubled in New Jersey. And let's face it, this thing it kills people at a rate of 3%. And if you want to look at a pandemic that killed people at 3%, it was Spanish flu. And if you look at your history, that was not a good event. So, I mean, there are a lot of fallouts. I mean, my parents are fretting about their 401k, and that's a reasonable thing for sure. But I don't know. Let's face it, there was no preventing this virus from coming to the United States, and I can't think of a possible scenario without getting political where if this virus came to the United States, it wasn't going to have an effect on the economy. So it's a very difficult thing. It sucks because I think for all of us right now, we want a distraction. But I just think it's something we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, I know earlier this week when the stock market started tanking, I immediately went to my retirement fund. And it's not a great ton of money in a retirement fund, but I pulled it all out of the common international stock markets. And I was talking about it to some guys who worked it doesn't make sense necessarily. And then yesterday happened with the worst stock market day since I think 1987 or something like that.
87, yep.
Yeah, since Black Monday, and it's just like, yeah, that was a smart move. Now, it wasn't, like I said, it's not a lot of money, but I just protected myself.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm not optimistic at the moment is, and it's another thing, I found this on Reddit. So somebody compared the infection rates. So this is only confirmed cases. The infection rates for Italy versus the U.S. And we are literally lagging a week and a half behind them. Like day for day, if you just compare them, we were dead, like almost dead on, only off by a few cases every day.
Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing, is that in Italy, this thing is in one area, and whereas in the United States, it's all over the place. By the way, I'm at a coronavirus party, so.
Spreading the disease, man.
Spreading the disease. Being a really good American here.
No social distancing for Pat. That's how it is.
No, I didn't touch anybody, Just,
10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet. We're all 10 feet just shouting at each other. So.
NWSL, by the way, because I didn't mention it, their preseason suspended. They're going to figure it out because their regular season is in April. So they may change it when they get to that point. But yeah, so I don't know. Without sports, I don't know what's going to happen to a lot of people, because I know for me, it's been the last few weeks. RB Leipzig, Everton, the XFL Guardians, and the Red Bulls. Like, I've had those 4 things to watch the last few weekends.
All right, so here's my question. Are you guys all going to watch UFC tomorrow?
No.
Probably not. If I get paid for it, do I have to pay for it? I'm definitely not watching it.
I'm sure you can find a feed, but I mean, the fact of the matter is it's the only thing to watch. I mean, I was surprised about Turkey because I had heard the only 3 things were UFC, Australian Rules football, and Mexican soccer were the only 3 things you can watch this weekend across the world.
Jesus. Maybe.
I don't know how much it's going to cost to pay for it.
50, 60, I think.
I don't know if that's worth it. Plus, it's the main card starts. Oh, I guess the main card's not that bad today. But I mean, the fights are supposed to. UFC when they go is always a long night. I don't think I want to stay up that late. Honestly, this sounds kind of weird. I'm good just like reading and watching shows until they go off the air, because there's a bunch of TV shows that are going to be without episodes in a bit. I know I don't watch this one, Grey's Anatomy, like Chicago PD and a few other ones. Like at a certain point, they're just off TV. And apparently somebody's having fun at the Corona party. That's all I can say.
It's just, yeah. I thought I went far enough away, but I guess not.
And they just want to be on the podcast. They just don't know how to do it.
I don't think they even realize what I'm doing.
But anyway, yeah. So like, I don't want to pay for UFC. There's other stuff I can do. I'm just gonna have to deal without sports for a bit.
I guarantee you this buy rate for this UFC is going to be one of the highest in years. Oh, because I'm considering it. I'm considering it because I'm just like, I need something. I can only watch so many movies.
Yeah, so actually, I found this this post that the UFC 248 prelims become the third pay-per-view lead-in to crack 1 million mark this year. So, I mean, it's already getting numbers.
There you go.
Again. I'm just going to deep dive into WWE Network and I don't know, watch random pay-per-views.
Yeah, just watch the match, man.
So I know Red Coach Jay, a.k.a. Jeremiah on Twitter, wanted to know what we were going to do during the break. Here's the thing. If we had one other sport to talk about, we could keep doing this show every week.
Yeah.
We have nothing. I mean, we're going to kick around some ideas for sure, and maybe during the break we come up with some stuff. I actually have a few ideas, but it's tough when there's nothing else to talk about.
Maybe movies. Like we can like movies that were bombs that we can re-examine. I don't know what we're going to do, but we'll try and think of something.
It's tough. It's really tough.
I mean, SmackDown right now is literally in front of no audience.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not doing wrestling. I know we do wrestling, but like I burned down on wrestling. No more.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, that's how bad it is. Like, WWE went to their own building intentionally to get away from fans for legitimate reasons, right?
Fans. Bring back Dean Ambrose's diseased character, right?
Oh, God. Yeah. You know what?
It'd be so good right now.
Vince McMahon was only, a year and a half early on that?
Yeah, he's sorry. Dean Ambrose right now is, or what? No, wait, what's his name now? John Moxley.
John Moxley.
He's right now in AEW. Like, damn it, Vince knew what he was doing.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be weird.
Yeah, we'll try to figure out. I mean, I don't know about my fellow employees here, but I don't exactly know what I'm doing for work for the next week. I mean, I should be getting paid, but I don't know what my time is going to be. If it's going to be regular or I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands. I'm very fortunate if that happens where I have to stay home and I get paid. That's great. I hope most of you are in the same boat, but if we can come up with something to entertain you guys, we'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, throw some ideas our way.
Pat, I just had a thought.
Yeah.
You have an Xbox One, right?
I do.
It's FIFA.
What, me and you?
Yep. I might lose, but
we can get through matches.
We just gotta find a way to record it. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure. Yeah. Well, we can do it through. What the hell?
I used to have
Twitch.
an HDMI recorder thing.
Twitch, but I don't know if I can record it off Twitch. But you can do it on Twitch.
Don't do Twitch anymore. I think they do their. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll see if we can figure it out.
Good talk, guys. Good talk. There.
Yeah, Truman, go fuck yourself. No, I was gonna say actually, if there was a listener league we could do, but I don't know if you can do it through. I don't know if EA did crossplay with FIFA.
I don't know, but maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe see if some people, mostly with Xbox One, because that's what Pat and I have.
Mm-hmm. And I'm willing, and I think as Jay and I would be willing to sacrifice and just pick the two worst teams in the league.
Or I was going to go with, if you have some listeners that have Xbox One, either they can challenge us or challenge each other, and then we can jump in as commentators.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That could be fun. It's an idea.
I can definitely do commentary.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. That's a crossplay thing. We can definitely do commentary. Yeah, but we'll toss some ideas, but throw some ideas at us. Let us know what you think you can do. We'll try and keep you entertained on a weekly basis till the league comes back.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we can do Twitch, or I think Mixler is their Microsoft's thing, so we can do those.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out.
I have a great idea for a podcast.
It's Pat, just
do that.
Me, stand near children.
That makes for a great show.
They're freaking out about the Jonas Brothers or something. I don't know. What are kids into these days?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't freak out about Joe Bros?
It's true. All right.
So anything else?
Oh, we do have the U.S. We didn't even think the U.S. soccer news. Carlos Cordero.
Yeah.
Wow.
He wants to play FIFA. That's what he's saying.
Oh, is that? Oh,
okay.
I know who that is. That's not a girl. That's a boy. Yeah. He's little.
Wants to challenge you.
Yeah. So Carlos Cordero.
Yeah. So Carlos Cordero steps down as the U.S. soccer president after the disgraceful showing in the lawsuit with the U.S. women's team.
Yeah, I can't even defend it.
Nozzle.
Yeah.
Just one sexist defense after another. None of them worked.
Is it even sexist or is it just stupid?
This is a moron.
I guess somewhere in between.
Yeah, a bit of both.
So, any thoughts? I mean, I guess it makes sense for him to step down instead of being fired.
Right, 100%. He had to get out of there.
I mean, come on. Whoever approved that as a good idea, which I guess was him, was probably the dumbest thing. I mean, yes, I understand that, men are stronger than women, but at the same time, it's like, how you exert yourself against your competition doesn't mean that the men are exerting themselves more against their competition than the women are. That's the most absurd thing.
Yeah.
And I've always said, and I still stand by this, whoever brings in more money, they should make more money, and I still stand by that. And to be fair, would not be shocked right now if that is the women. But yeah, what he said was absolutely mind-bogglingly ridiculous, and his stepping down had to happen. Should have been fired otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, he was definitely going to be fired if he didn't step down. 100%.
Yeah.
They gave him the out. That's what happened there.
And I said, "Hey, buddy, you have a decision to make."
We're going to make it real easy on you.
Yeah.
And apparently the vice president used to be a U.S. women's team player, so
Yeah, so it should be interesting to see what happens.
yeah, so that might help rebuild the relationship.
Again, I've seen. I think in the past, I've seen that the men are willing to combine their union with the women. If they decide to do that, that solves every problem we have. You know.
Yeah. All right, time for Pat's betting corner.
What can you even bet? All right, hold on. Let me look at Mexico League. Let me call it Mexico League. I mean, it's going to be easy because I'm going to go ESPN. It's the only sports that are available. All right, Mexico League. I'm going to go with Tijuana because they always play Americans, and I like Tijuana. I'm going to go with Monterrey because sure. And I'm going to go with Club Leon. How about that? Is that who New York City just played?
I think they played Tigres.
Oh, then never mind. Let's go with them. Because they're playing Juarez. I mean, I feel like everybody can beat Juarez. Not that I know anything about Juarez. So I'm going with Tigres because they beat New York City FC at home.
At home, you say? So while Jay's spaced out, I'll do my terrible.
I'm trying to figure out when Sami Zayn got a title belt.
Look at this fucking guy.
Who fucking cares? Move on with the show.
Pay-per-view.
I'm just surprised that he got one because they've never let it happen before. It's just weird. Anyway,
good show, everyone. Good show.
All right. So anything else?
Yeah, terrible team of the week.
I have a terrible team of the week.
Truman, if you're willing to expand your terrible team outside of sports, maybe in the world of politics, I'll allow it for this week.
I'll just say government. No. Listen, we mentioned them already, but I mean, we have to throw in one legit team this week, and that will be NYCFC. They brought their stink to our beautiful stadium, and then they lose the game in the very last minute of the game, pretty much. Mm-hmm. So good on them. Get the hell out. Get out. Just lose. Just pack it in. Lose on the road. Don't come back.
Never play in our stadium. Well, when are they going to play again on the road?
Who cares? Yeah. They're done. End the tournament. They're out.
Yeah. Boom.
Also, real quick. So I read an article about them finding a stadium, right? This whole stadium search while they ended up at
Sure.
They apparently told people that they had, I am not joking, 60 to 70 options.
Bullshit.
60 to 70 options. What were these options? High school fields, garbage barge, of course.
Most likely.
Garbage barge is always on the list.
Like
the aircraft carrier.
The USS, was it the Enterprise is one in New York, right?
Yep. The aircraft carrier was going to be our tournament, yeah, so.
Maybe they just suggest the Enterprise from Star Trek, because I don't know where the hell else they're going to play that 60 to 70 choices.
Right.
Montclair State.
Yep.
Okay, there's one.
The Red Bull training facility.
Yeah, I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
60 to 70.
Bullshit. Yeah. If the Jets and the Giants, or the Jets rather, they're the ones trying to move the city, couldn't find one location, get the hell out of here.
So, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, awesome.
All right. I don't even know if it's worth wrapping up.
Wrap up.
Right.
Well, don't go through the spiel, but just wrap up.
All right. So, that just leaves us with any last words before we get out of here.
Hopefully we talk to you guys soon. We'll maybe kick us around some ideas and let you know.
Yeah. Wash your hands. Don't die.
Yep. All right. So for Pat Truman and myself, this has been episode number 338 of the Red Bull Rant. Instead of Let's Go Red Bulls, please do not get sick.
Goodbye.
Later.